Whoa, far be it from society to have zero tolerance against child molesters. We can't have that. This is the kind of pinhead stuff that's hurt this country.
I certainly agree with you that touchy-feely approaches are absolutely not what we need. What we need are results. And what the editorial is asking and demanding is that politicians come up with real solutions. What the editorial states very clearly is that the overwhelming majority of people who are child sex offenders are not strangers.
Let's just say he wrote some bad checks and he's late to 3 or 4 hearings. What's a judge going to do in your case?
They're going to issue a bench warrant. They're going to file a motion to revoke his bail. They're going to issue a bench warrant. They're going to arrest him, and they're going to put him in custody through the rest of the proceedings. Because if, as you know, the taxpayer is who's footing the bill for everybody to be there in the court system to work, and if we're all there ready to go and the defendant is late, well, that enrages all of us. And certainly the judges are very tough on that. I personally, with every defense client I ever had, sat them down at the very beginning of representation and laid out the rules. And one of the most important rules is you better be there early and on time and behave appropriately.
To Courtney Anderson, defense attorney. Courtney, I know it's hard for you to take off that defense attorney hat, but, you know, will this guy ever break down and tell us what happened to Natalie? You know good and well, the 3 of them did not have sex with her and then leave her alone out on the beach. What, and then somebody else came and kidnapped her, killed her? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, your first question is he ever going to break down and tell the truth? And honestly, I think we can see, typically, if somebody has committed a crime, over time, they do eventually get caught.
Courtney, how do you handle the fact that you got a client who's unusual? I mean, let's face it, it's unusual that a 45-year-old man would be sleeping with strange children. What does a defense lawyer do with that one?
Yeah, to put it mildly, it's unusual. And the thing that's interesting to me about this discussion is that we've got one argument here in this discussion that, oh, Mr. Jackson is so bizarre and he's so unusual, and that it makes this case, very, very difficult for everyone to kind of use common sense. And I actually don't really buy into that. I mean, all of us who practice law certainly have had unusual clients.
From Austin, Texas, defense attorney Courtney Anderson. She's an expert in workplace violence. And Courtney, this shooting hits a little bit close to home for you, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, Rita, it does. And I thank you for having me on your show today. I actually became interested in training on workplace violence and dealing with these issues because, unfortunately, a family member of mine and my aunt, a former district judge here in Texas, was subject to one of these courthouse shootings about a decade ago. If any of us witness an adult molesting a child, I mean, who amongst us would not pick up the phone, call 911, and do everything in our power to protect that child? So it's unbelievable, I think, and strains credibility that anyone's going to stand forward, including this most recent witness, the security guard. If he really did see this, he really did see these clothes discarded, and believing they were either completely unclothed or mostly unclothed in the jacuzzi, why didn't he call someone for help? Here are some situations. I had a client of mine, they said, I had a potential team member come in for an interview at our company. The person's clothes were on inside out. What does that tell me about that applicant? We can say it, they have a lack of attention to detail.
Courtney Elizabeth Anderson, the workplace relationship expert, is an internationally renowned media personality and television legal analyst. She is a motivational and keynote speaker in all areas of leadership, personal empowerment, and employment law workplace compliance. Ms. Anderson is an attorney, author, keynote speaker, corporate trainer, educator, entertainer, and entrepreneur. Ms. Anderson is an M.B.A. business consultant and holds a Doctor of Jurisprudence from the University of Texas School of Law. Courtney Elizabeth Anderson utilizes her academic, entrepreneurial, and vast life experiences, combined with humor, dramatic styling, and her gift as an entertainer to deliver the most informative, inspiring, and riveting performances in the industry. She had spoken to thousands at engagements in Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and North America and reached millions via her television media appearances. Here she is.